my desk. I'm sure that I left it in here.
Well, I can't find it, and I need it right now.
Look, why don't you go over there and sit down and let me look for it? Really, I'm pretty good at finding things.
All right. That's not the way to look. This is the way to look. You look through that, and I'll look through this. You look through the wastebasket.
I always get the glamour job. When did you last see it?
See what?
Whatever it is we're looking for. If it's gum, I just found it.
It's the Eric Matthews interview.
Now, who's Eric Matthews?
He's the guy who wrote that bestseller, Are Men Obsolete? Ted's got to tape an interview with him for the Scrutiny show.
Yeah, scrutiny. Our spontaneous and unrehearsed look at people who make the news. And if we don't find that script, Ted's got to go in there spontaneous and unrehearsed.
That's bad.
Mr. Grant's office.
I'm not here.
He's not. He heard you say you're not here.
Who is it?
It's Ted.
Where is he?
Ted, where are you? You're supposed to be here taping the Eric Matthews. What did you say?
What'd he say?
Got a foo on a four.
Got a fool on a four.
That sounds like Ted.
Ted, I can't understand you. Ted, do you have something in your mouth? A thermometer? A thermometer. You've got the flu and a temperature of 104. Oh, Ted.
Just tell him to stay in bed and take it easy.
Okay.
We'll figure something out.
Ted, you are just to stay in bed and not to worry. We'll find a replacement for you. Goodbye, Ted. What are we going to do about the 6 o'clock news tonight?
Don't worry. We have a standby for Ted.
Who? You?
Well, what's so strange about that? I was in radio. Only my hair went out about the time TV came in. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mary L. Slaughter, substituting for Ted Baxter. Welcome to Scrutiny. Tonight's guest is Eric Matthews.
Murray, that's what we've been looking for. Where'd you find it?
I just picked it up. It was under this.
Oh, never mind where you find it. Go down to the studio and tape that interview.
Are you kidding? Look, it's 10 after 5 now. At 6, I'm making my TV debut. That gives me less than an hour to check the wires, write my own copy, and get a hair transplant.
Mary, you're going to have to interview Matthews.
Me? Oh, no, Mr. Grant, I don't think I could do that. I mean, I'm not ready to, not that I'm not flattered. It's just that, just to go on camera in front with a real
Will
news
you
camera,
calm down? I didn't mean you'd go on the air. I mean, you'd go down to the studio, read the questions to Matthews while we tape him. Then when Ted's better, we tape him asking the questions.
And then you take me out and edit him in later.
Right.
Oh, well, I think I could do that. I mean, that'll probably be a lot of fun.
Check that, Mike. Harry, we'll start camera 2 on Matthews.
Hi, Tom. They told you I'd be substituting for Ted.
Right, why don't you sit down so we can line you up?
Okay.
Put camera 3 on Mary.
Excuse me.
We'll tape in 2 minutes, Mary. All right, fellas, let's go.
Mr. Matthews?
Where am I?
You're in the studio.
Yeah, what city?
Minneapolis.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been on this tour promoting my book so long that all the cities are running together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, like, for instance, the other day I was sitting in my hotel room in Newark, looking out the window at the beautiful view. And I realized that if it was a beautiful view, it couldn't be Newark.
It must really be exhausting.
Oh, yeah. 18 cities in 24 days, being interviewed by guys who've never read the book, whose first question is always...
Will you tell us about your book?
Right, yeah.
And then I bet they ask you, what gave you the idea to write it?
Yeah, inane questions like that. It's awful.
Well, that takes care of the first 2 questions I was going to ask you.
Oh, well, on the other hand, the questions are rather good. It's just my answers are dumb, right? Ted?
Oh, no, that's not my Ted. I mean, I'm not Ted Baxter.
Oh, no.
But you knew that already, didn't you?
Know.
I'm Mary Richards. I'm the associate producer on the show. You see, Ted is sick. So what we're going to do is I will ask you the questions that he would have asked you, and then later they'll take me out and edit him in.
Oh, Gee, I'm sorry Ted's sick. We were supposed to go out afterwards. I got an idea, though. Why don't I take you out afterwards and we can edit Ted in later?
And my prayer.
How about dinner?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And cue.
Good evening, and welcome to Scrutiny. I'm Ted Baxter. And tonight, have you written any of the books?
Yeah, 3 others, but they didn't do too well.
Why did this book do so well and the others didn't?
Well, in the first place, this one got published.
Well, can you tell me, when did you first begin to think that Are Men Obsolete was going to be a bestseller?
When I saw that they'd put a picture of a naked lady on the cover.
Well, I see our time is up. Our thanks to Eric Matthews. This is Ted Baxter. And we'll be back next week with Scrutiny.
Wait a minute. I'd like to ask you a question, if I may. You never said when we were going to go to dinner.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
When?
Over dinner.
And cut.
Tom, I'm sorry about this last part.
Don't worry about it, Mary. It's only tape. We'll just cut it out later. Okay, fellas, it's a wrap.
Okay, Mary, where should we go for dinner?
Well, I know of a cute little place that's, tonight. You know, usually a date just means dinner or the movies or something, but boy, tonight was really different.
How different?
Well, I think building a snowman in front of the Women's Liberation headquarters is pretty different.
I thought they'd get a kick out of watching him melt. Yeah, you have a nice little apartment.
Thank you.
I see you've won your letter.
Yeah. Would you like some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. Oh, I love that print. I've got that at home.
How about some brandy?
Oh, no, thank you. Cigarette?
No, thanks. I don't smoke.
Oh.
I never have, really. I mean, even before all the new evidence about smoking came out, I never did. I was always afraid it would stunt my health.
You know something? I think I'm going to quit smoking.
Good for you. That shows you got real willpower.
Nope, I'm out of cigarettes. Hey. Did I make it?
Nope, you're short. Gee, tonight was great, Eric. The whole evening. The dinner, the snowman, the art museum.
Yeah, you got a nice collection in this town.
Yeah.
Matisse, Van Gogh.
Yeah, my favorite artist, Toulouse Lautrec. What's that?
Huh? Oh, that's my pillow to sit on for height, you know. Listen, on these TV tours, you never know what you're going to run into, and not every television studio has nice tall chairs like you do.
Oh.
There are none in here.
What?
Cigarettes. I've decided to take up smoking again.
Oh.
Hey, is there a drugstore around?
Yeah, there's one just down the street, about 2 doors.
Well, I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Where's Harpo and Chico?
I was just, walking funny. Just, been walking funny all night. I don't know what's gotten into me.
Where you been, Mayor?
Out on a date.
Oh, how was it?
Well, I don't know. It's, not over yet.
I don't know how to break it to you, but you're all alone.
Yeah, well, he's going to be back any second.
Oh.
And, Rhoda, as long as you're here, could I ask you a big favor?
Sure, what?
Please go.
Can I meet him?
No.
Why? Is he somebody I'm going out with? Now, Mary, you don't have to sneak around behind my back.
Rhoda, would you just listen, please?
Mary, please. Do I have to sit here and figure out what's wrong with this guy? Are you going to tell me why you don't want me to meet him?
All right, I'll tell you why I don't want you to meet him. It's because of this.
I understand.
He needs it because he's very short.
What's he do, stand on it?
Now do you see why I don't want you to meet him? You'll
make a derogatory remark about a person just because he's a shrimp? You see what I mean?
The drugstore's closed, so I guess I'll quit smoking again. Hi. Got a cigarette?
Eric, I'd like you to meet my friend Rhoda Morgenstern. Rhoda, this is Eric Shrimp. Oh, good one, Mary. You just put the eye makeup on your mouth. That's because you're upset. Know how I know you're upset? Not because you put eye makeup on your mouth. It's because you're talking to yourself. Want to watch that, kid? Hi. Hi.
How'd it go last night?
Oh, Rhoda, I don't know what's the matter with me. Eric is intelligent, he's funny, he's good-looking.
And short.
Very short. And you know what I am? I found out something about myself last night that's pretty upsetting. I'm a height bigot.
My best friend's a bigot.
Right. Why else would I be so hung up about height? You know, the whole time I was out with him last night, I kept telling myself about all his great qualities, and yet all I could think about was... He asked me to go out with him tomorrow night. You know what I did? I lied. I said I was busy just because he's short.
My father's short.
See? And it didn't bother your mother, did it?
Bother her. She's the one who made him short. He was over 6 feet when they got married.
Okay, go ahead, joke about it if you want, but I just don't think I can. I don't think it's funny to be a bigot. I'm going to do something about it right now.
Hey, I don't think you can turn yourself in for that.
Eric Matthews, please. I'm going to go out with him, and I am going to wear high heels, I am going to stand up straight, and I'm not going to be self-conscious about being taller than he is. I hope he takes me dancing. Hello, Eric?
And so, ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow, this is Mary L. Slaughter substituting for Ted Baxter, saying good news and good night. Hey, fellas, how was I? Hey, Lou. Catch the news?
Uh-huh.
How'd I do?
Well, you know me, Murray. I don't go around passing out idle compliments. I wouldn't say you were great if I didn't think so.
Hey, Lou, what about that new feature I put in, Animals in the News?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to speak to you about that.
Yes.
Don't do it again.
Hey, Mary, when the people found out I was doing the news for Ted, we got a lot of calls, right?
Well, one.
One call. Well, who was it?
It was Ted calling to find out if he had a lot of calls because he wasn't here.
Keep up the fair work, Murray.
Hey, Lou, look, I want to talk to you about that animal feature, Lou.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Eric. I'll be right with you.
Sorry I'm late, but I picked up this jacket today, and I had to wait for them to take the emblem off the pocket.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
Where'd you get it?
Robertson's?
Oh, they have a marvelous men's shop.
Yeah? I got this at the boys' department.
Well, where are we going tonight?
The Stop and Save.
Well, that's a supermarket, isn't
Right.
it?
You're talking to the world's greatest cook.
Oh?
And I wanted to watch that interview we did on the Tube tonight, so I figured I'd cook dinner for you at your place.
Sounds marvelous.
All right, let's go.
Listen, I don't care if you did get that at the boys' department. It's a great-looking jacket.
Thank you.
Why'd you take the emblem off?
It was a ducky.
Tell me, Eric, when did you first think that Our Men Obsolete might be a bestseller?
When I saw that they'd put a picture of a naked lady on the cover.
Here comes the part they had to cut out where you asked me to dinner.
Our thanks to Eric Matthews. This is Mary L. Slaughter substituting for Ted Baxter, saying so long.
Wait a minute. I'd like to ask you a question, if I may. You never said when we were going to go to dinner.
We'll talk about that later.
When?
Oh, for dinner?
I thought they were going to cut that out.
We've got a new pleasure, and he's,
Little juice?
Right.
Hey, I've been interviewed 1,000 times, and that's the first time I've ever asked the guy interviewing me for a date. Hey, you got any wine vinegar?
Yeah, it's on a shelf over the stove.
Ah. Could you give me a hand, Mary?
Oh, sure. Shall we have coffee inside?
Inside?
Yeah, well, you see, in a one-room apartment, we call this area the inside.
Yeah. Oh, that must be the outside.
No, that's the dining room. Cream and sugar?
Yeah. No, thanks. No, I'll take it without tonight. Well, how do you like them?
What?
My shoes. That's what you're looking at, isn't it?
No, I wasn't. I was looking at the floor.
And the distance between it and my shoes.
Really, I was.
I assure you, Mary, my feet do touch the floor whenever I walk.
They'd almost have to, wouldn't they?
Right. I really have to talk to you, Mary, about something. The fact that I'm shorter than you really bothers you, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
No, you're not self-conscious about my height?
No, Eric, I'm not. I mean, when you and I are together, I'm not self-conscious about your height. I'm self-conscious about my height. I mean, if I were an even 5 feet instead of 5'6".
Honey, you're more than 5'6".
All right. Okay, I'm 5'7". So I'm an inch or two taller than you are.
You're 4 inches taller than I am.
Does it bother you?
What bothered me?
That you're 1 to 4 inches shorter than I am?
Honey, I made my peace with that years ago, and they asked me to play Doc in the school play. I thought they were doing Mr. Roberts, but they were really doing Snow White.
Well, you know, that's really fantastic to be able to kid yourself like that.
Hey, if you like the author, you'll love the book.
The book?
Yeah, my new manuscript. I was waiting for a title before I sent it to my publisher, and you gave it to me.
Toulouse Lautrec is one of my favorite artists. I didn't think you heard me say that.
Well, anyway, you named the book. Now I'd like you to read it.
You mean right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You dedicated it to me.
I thought it was appropriate.
You know, Eric, I've never had anyone watch me read an entire book before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go out and take a walk, okay?
Okay, that's a good idea.
Hey, you don't have to walk me to the door. Listen, you're wasting valuable reading time.
Right.
Well, it wasn't exactly magic, was it?
I just love...
Who do you just love?
I thought you were Eric.
You just love Eric?
Yeah, no, I love his new book.
His new book?
Yeah, look at that.
Mary, he dedicated it to you.
Yeah.
That's as good as a proposal, kid.
Oh, come on.
How can I describe how I feel about you, my best friend, getting married?
Rhoda, I am not...
Sort of a mixture of envy and hostility. But incidentally, I'm happy for you, too.
Rhoda, will you listen
Mary,
to me?
you listen to me. Now, about your reception, here's the plan. When you go to throw your bouquet, you fade back like you're going to throw it to the back of the room. Then when the other girls move back, move up quick, and then you just lob it to me.
Okay, now, would you like to hear about Eric and me?
Yeah,
Okay.
in detail.
You know how it is when you're dating somebody?
No.
You know how it is when you tell yourself that despite all the evidence to the contrary, that you are really just good friends?
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it is with Eric and me. We are just good friends.
When you're single and 30, there are no men friends. They're either fiancés or rejects.
Oh.
to wait till I say hi to Rhoda. Hi, Rhoda. Tell me about the book.
It is warm. It's witty. It's funny. What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm just trying to figure out how to get you a job as a book reviewer.
What's the book about? It's all about being short.
Mary, couldn't you be a little more delicate? I mean, he's got feelings too, you know.
But no, Rhoda, that is the whole point.
That is exactly my point. My point is that everybody feels left out. They're stuck with something like shortness.
Yeah, like some people, shortness is tallness.
What?
Well, you'd have to read the... Tell her about it, Eric.
Did you get to the high school part?
No, not yet.
Let's talk about that high school part. I don't usually like to throw this around, but I happen to be a high school graduate.
You know what I'm talking about. Here is my theory. Now, in every high school, there is a guy who is captain of the football team, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. He is also student body president.
Yes, of course,
Right.
always.
Now, he's going with this girl who is head cheerleader. She's also most popular, right? And she's also senior class secretary, right?
Yes.
Okay, now these two people are deliriously happy. Now, in every high school in the country, there are two happy people and everybody else is miserable.
Right. Yeah, it's like being short, right?
Right.
I've got a confession here. When I was in high school, I had a problem like shortness. Try and guess what it was.
You were a fat kid.
That's close, Shorty. Do you know what it's like for a girl to be overweight?
You know what it's like for a guy to be under height? It's like at all the jobs nobody else wanted. Science editor of the school newspaper.
Business manager of the yearbook.
Ah, what were you, Mary?
Why don't I just heat up some coffee?
Mary!
I'd really rather not say.
Come on, it can't be that bad.
It's worse. I was head cheerleader.
And most popular.
Oh, Eric, I'm so glad you're here. She does this to me all the time. She tries to make me feel guilty for having been happy in high school. You're the first person I ever met who could handle her.
That's her subtle Midwestern way of saying she thinks we're meant for each other.
Okay, let's see if we are. I was assistant equipment manager for the wrestling team.
What kind of equipment do they have?
Very little.
I played the bass drum in the marching band.
You think that's bad? I couldn't get a date to go to the senior prom. Did you get asked?
Yes.
Ha-ha!
4 years after I graduated. Hey, what did you get for a graduation gift?
Socks.
I got a belt buckle. Mary, what did you get?
Oh, a car.
What?
A car.
Ooh.
No, wait a minute. It was an old car with secondhand. One of the doors wouldn't even open.
Did it run?
Yes. No, but hey, guys, it was a Hudson. A brown Hudson.
Oh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mary L. Slaughter substituting for Ted Baxter, saying good news and good night. I give up.
What's the matter?
Well, people are so unappreciative. This is my last day of filling in for Ted, and nobody even bothered to call.
We had a lot of calls after your appearance on Scrutiny with Eric Matthews.
You did? Well, why didn't you tell me, Lou?
We didn't think you'd really want to know.
Well, sure, I want to know, Mary. What kind of calls did we get?
A lot of people wanted to know how your dinner date with Eric turned out.